We talk about today. Oh yeah, A&E has suspended Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson for his views on gays. Now you can call this a free speech issue, but it's really not. Robertson can still say whatever he wants, just not there for a while. However, you can call the network cowardly. After all, they knew who Phil was and didn't mind sitting on that pile of money he made. To express shock over his opinions now is BS. This is repressive tolerance, a fear of angry activists. If A&E had guts, they should have said, sorry, that's Phil. As for Robertson's views on gays, he expressed a preference for females over males. If that's bigoted, most of America is bigoted. As for the other gay stuff, well, humans have been around for 200,000 years. Gay rights, 60 or 70 years. To expect everyone to turn on a dime at exactly the same time regarding a seismic change in belief, that's expecting a lot. You got to be patient. But before the right screams boycott, pretend that I did a speech this morning where I said blacks were happier in the good old days. How pissed off would my coworkers be? Robertson said a similar thing. But look, you can still like someone with flawed ideas. My wife married me. But coddle them with criticism or coddle them from criticism, and you do them no favors. Look at Obama. His fall was driven by his silent, cowardly peers. That was for Bob. But it's infantile to think we need protection from words. Words do not wound. Actions do. Outrage is now just emotional exercise. It's going to the gym for your feelings. So Phil can say whatever he wants, and gays and straights can mock him for it, and A&E can cover its butt, and we can call him on it. But to think we're a country that can debate even the dumbest opinions, that becomes less true every day. And that's bad. For sunlight allows good ideas to grow and bad ones to dry up and die. So, do you want to see the statement from A&E first?
Yeah.
Let's put that up. All right, just stare at me. They're extremely disappointed to have to read Phil's comments, which are based on his own personal beliefs and do not reflect the series Duck Dynasty. Do they? Anyway, and no way reflect A&E networks, who have always been strong supporters and champions of the LGBT community. The network has placed Phil under hiatus from filming indefinitely. Bob, do you think they did the right thing?
I think they made a business decision. I mean, and they have a right to make a business decision. I mean, if you have Phil, who grew up 70 years ago, and he stayed in the same area in Louisiana, in a farm area, I mean, my guess is that was Phil being Phil. But the problem is, somebody tell Phil, now that his show has taken off as much as it has, these are probably things you keep in the family.
Somebody had that conversation with you, right?
Many times.
Bob didn't listen.
But I don't blame A&E for making the decision, but it clearly was a business decision and that they made.
Wouldn't it be better, Eric, to have included this into the show? Like, if they were going to be honest, don't send him home, just make it part of the show?
Yeah, that would be an editorial decision, but Bob's right. I'm all for the free market figuring out this rather than us telling whether. I don't even want to tell A&E they made a mistake.
Yeah.
They made a decision to cater to or at least advertise to the gay community. That was their decision. Whether it's a good business decision, we'll find out. We'll see if the gay community says it was worthwhile. Or if it's a bad decision because if viewership goes down because of it, then they catered to the wrong group. Let the free market figure it out. That's what the Constitution is for. It says you can say whatever the hell you want. Just you'll bear the fruits of whatever you're saying in the aftermath. So let's figure it out. And by the way, it's not a crisis.
Yeah. What do you think, Andrea?
Well, whenever I hear stories like this, I do feel sympathy for the person because as someone who speaks for a living or writes for a living, sometimes you worry you're one phrase away from an inartful comment that will start a firestorm of your own if it's misunderstood or not perceived. And now, he did give a sincere apology. It did sound very sincere. However, what he said was just something you shouldn't say. I get it. People talk like this. I get it. He's from a different generation. But it seemed to me it was a pretty crude way of saying it, and it was vulgar for the sake of being vulgar. So, I heard it, and I thought it was kind of offensive. A&E definitely knew that this was him from the get-go. I'm sure he said other things that they chose to edit out, and now that JQ published it, they are on the chopping block, I guess, for some people want them to get rid of him. But why don't we just stop talking about people's carriages. How about that? Can we do that? Maybe that would just be better. Why are we talking?
Undercarriage?
Don't ask.
Your southern states, Bob.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Bob might get excited.
KG, I couldn't believe you agreed with everything he said. You said, why are we even talking about this? No, I'm kidding. Is this about freedom of speech or fear of reprisal?
Well, perhaps it's about both, you know, and I think people need to realize that, you know, even ducks don't come in politically correct packages, right?
Yes.
I mean, you sort of know what you're getting. People love the show. This is a family that speaks its mind, and so if you don't like it, then don't watch the show. Take care of it that way. Reflect it in the ratings. But A&E will have to, you know, walk this back, so now they've got Phil on a timeout, but the rest of the family not. I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes you just can't teach someone new things. If that's the way they think, that's the way they grew up. And to expect more than that